Dear Diary, may the energy from this week bring many blessings to the weeks coming after. Welcome back to another one of my audio and visual diaries. And diary, this is the week we've been preparing for. If you have been keeping up with me, then you know that my daughter plays for a travel AAU team here in Philly, which for the most part up until this point, the travel has been about 2 hours, 2 hours and a half max. The team plays for the Puma circuit, which is a brand new circuit for this year. So, we have Nike, I believe there's Adidas, but this one is Puma. And their nationals for the first time this year, or for, first time ever for them, are in Orlando, Florida. Now, diary, we are using this as a family vacation, and I'll tell you why. Under the Puma circuit, they do not have a 5th grade girls division, which we quickly learned when we got down there that they do have a 5th grade boys division, which is both confusing and frustrating because our team is made up of 5th and 4th graders. So when we play under the Puma circuit and under their tournaments, we're typically playing 12U, which is 6th and 7th graders, which you can imagine at that age, there's a stark difference between the player's size and skill level. So when I say we're using this as a family vacation, I'm saying that we are totally attending all of the tournament events and games, right? But at the same time, we're not going down with the intention of, we're about to win this all, we're pulling this out. Now, we're going down with the best energy. We're going down to compete. We're going down to do the best that we can. But we're not completely optimistic that they're coming home with a chip, right? So when we booked this trip, I'm like, I want to make this trip a great family vacation. I want to make this trip efficient and also convenient to the tournament, right? So when I'm looking for a hotel or a resort for us to stay, I need it to be in very close range because as we found out when we got down there, we didn't have a car. We booked the car ahead of time, but ended up not being able to get the car when we got down there. So we needed somewhere close by so we're not spending $1 million in Uber fees to get back and forth. But also, this is a family vacation. We want the hotel to be appealing. We want it to have amenities. We want it to be cute. We want it to be convenient for us. When we want to cook dinner, as you see here, we don't want to have to spend $1 million to eat out for every single meal. We want to be able to cook some of our own meals, prepare food when we want, store food efficiently when we want. So that was very important and high up on the list for us. So with all that in mind, we went with the Westgate Palace, not Lake, which is another resort that is, in a way, it's not really close. Maybe it's like 1 or 2 minutes closer to the actual convention center where we were playing, but not too far off. But yes, Westgate Palace, which gave us that small apartment feel, had a full kitchen, overlooked the lake, pool, arcade, cafe, and bar on site. We had 2 rooms with 2 bathrooms. So everything worked out perfectly. But we booked this place because we thought my mom was coming down. So it also had a pull-out couch in the living room, which me and Maurice would have taken, of course. But we booked that with that in mind. And then when we checked in, the woman who checked us in is like, across the lake, across from your room, I gave you guys the perfect room to see the fireworks at Disney at night. Because across the lake in the back, you can see Disney and thus the fireworks. So now, of course, every single night we're in the window at 10 p.m. catching those fireworks, Dear diary, so tournament day 1. Of course, we're playing these mega beings. No, I'm joking. We're playing 6th and 7th graders, but to our kids, they feel like mega beings. So much so that parents are walking up to us before the game what grade are you guys in? And you know what? I'm not mad at the way the girls played at all. Our biggest big on our team had to play up, so she was playing in 2 different games and 2 different age groups because our 7th grade team under Legacy was short players. So she was a little tired, but she gave it all on the floor, played like a big dog. And all the girls did. None of them played scared, which I was really proud of. Then following the tournament, one of the coaches had like a barbecue at their place. So a lot of the girls went over there. We sent Leila with one of the girls, one of her really good friends on the team, and she had a great time. And then we stepped out. We were really tired. So we were like, okay, we're not really in the space and mindset to be chit-chatting and hanging out, but we do need to go eat. So we found this Mexican place around the corner from our hotel and had dinner. And when I tell you, the environment was bomb, the food was even better, the drinks were even better. Like, we had such a great time. And so much so, you'll see later on in this video, we ordered from them as takeout again because it was so good. For day 2 of the tournament, it was more of the same. We did not walk away with the win, but they left it all out on the floor. They did what they could, and I could not be more proud of that. And of course, my niece is also playing for Legacy, and she was down in Florida for that. So we said, okay, we have to pick a night for y'all to get together, have a little sleepover, and we'll just take her to the tournament the next day, which we did on this day. So not too far from the convention center, actually. It's like right across the street. There is like this, I guess you could call it a complex, but it's like a family fun complex. It's a Top Golf over there. So, of course, we went in there and played a game or 2 or 3, and that was so fun. And in the middle of our game, it started to downpour, which we were so happy about it pouring while we were in Top Golf, because as we were driving up, the sky just got so dark. We were like, oh my God, are we going to get caught in this rain trying to go inside? Which we didn't. So happy for that. But then across the parking lot, it was this indoor go-karting and arcade place called Andretti. So we took the girls over there. They had a great time. They played some of the arcade games. And then we came back to the hotel and resort, and they got in the pool. Of course, they're water babies, so they spent so much time out there. And no matter how hot it is, they're like, listen, we in this pool, we having a good time. They spent about an hour and a half to 2 hours in the pool. We could not let them be in there all night because on the last day of the tournament, which was a surprise to us because we were told that the tournament was from the 24th to the 27th. When we got down there, they had changed the schedule and they shortened it from the 24th to the 26th, which is like, what are you doing? But anyway, so we had to get them out the pool because they had a 7 a.m. game the next morning. And we had to get them to bed so they can be rested up, so they can compete at the wee hours in the morning, still dark when we walking into the tournament. The craziest thing. The crazier thing is, I don't know if you've been following me, but if you saw a few vlogs back, you know we got into an altercation with another team at another Puma tournament a few weeks ago. So when we walked in, we were the only one from our team on the court. But we walked in with the girl who started the whole altercation and her dad. So we walk in, we start stretching and warming up and such, not paying her any mind because we were never the ones with the problem. We were never the ones with the issue. It was always her and them. And she comes onto the court, but then she leaves until her players or her teammates come, and then she starts to warm up. But I'm like, girl, we never were worried about you. Like, never. Sadly, that game, they did get their lick back. They won that game. Ugh, I wish they didn't, but they did, and it's all good. After the last tournament day, we went out for my brother's birthday, which his birthday fell on that day. We got to go out to dinner with the family and hang out. It was so fun. And then the day after, we got our behinds over to Disney, which it was me and Leila's first time ever going. Maurice has been to all the parks before on numerous occasions, but I've never been, Leila's never been. So we started with Hollywood Studios because we saw that it was a lot of things that, you know, we can relate to and probably want to do there more so than the other parks. And it was true. We had a great time. I am a long-standing Toy Story stan. I love Toy Story down. So, you know, we had a great time. The only hiccup was when we were trying to find food. We did not know we had to go on the app to set reservations for certain places. We tried to go to the barbecue place over in the Toy Story land. They were booked up. Then we went over to Star Wars and we booked this place, which you're seeing now, but it was like just a bar and it had like small bar snacks and we were starving and needed dinner. So we ended up discarding of that reservation and heading back over to Toy Story Land and going to like a quick eats place, which great decision by us. I wish we would have just started there. Me and Maurice had this like brisket sandwich, delicious. Leila had this ooey gooey cheese, grilled cheese, which was also looking delicious. She did not let me taste it, but I did take a little bite after she was done with it all, and it was delicious. Then we just continued to ride, which this ride that we went on, this lady was about to get her behind handed to her. So they set you up with groups, and in the group is 6 people, and every 2 people have a job. So 2 people are the pilots, and then it's like 4 support roles, right? She stands to the front of the line with her daughter, and she's like, we're the pilots. And it's like, you didn't even ask us. Like, number one, you're an adult. Why don't you let another child be a pilot? Number one, it's a ride. She would not move. Like, we're like talking to her. She's like ignoring us, right? So we get to the front. We ask the like conductor, the person who's like, assisting the ride. We're like, how do we become a pilot? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, we weren't even asked or such. So the lady who was like orchestrating the rides just let them go be a group by themselves of 3 and let us have our own thing by ourselves of 3. Because she was like, yeah, I don't even want you to have to be locked into a ride with this lady and have to deal with her. And I'm so glad she did it that way, because it was really about to be a big situation. So we intentionally got to Disney around 5 because, number one, the weather. We wanted the sun to start to set, and if it to be a little cooler. It was crazy hot down there. But also, we wanted to stick around for the 9 p.m. fireworks at our park. And then when we were leaving the park, the other parks were like shooting off their fireworks, which blew our fireworks out the water. Like, I was kind of embarrassed watching our fireworks. Like, what is this? Their fireworks across the water was just, spectacular. Ours were very mid. Dear Diary, we spent our final day at the resort just relaxing. We took some time to pack up our stuff, make sure we just keeping out the stuff that we were wearing, I guess, that night into the morning. I took a nap, a very long nap. It was so good. Then we got in the pool. Initially, we couldn't get in the pool because it was thunderstorming. You got to wait like 40 to 50 minutes before you get in the pool after lightning and all that such. Anyway, it was a nice, relaxing day before travel. I think the only other thing that we would have wanted to do was maybe a beach. We were talking about Miami Beach, but that was like a 3-hour drive and not that much shorter on the train. But aside from that, this was one of our best trips. We had the best time and definitely some great family time. Now that this trip has passed, Diary, I'm looking forward to the rest that the summer has to offer. Until next time, Diary.